Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Anubis here with a brand new video for you guys today, and welcome to the channel. Do all the things the algorithm likes. Like the video, comment, subscribe. It's free to like the video. It don't take you much less than half a second. Hit the like button, hit the bell icon when you get notified. Help the growth on this channel. But what up, everybody? I hope you all feel good, feeling good. Today's video, we're talking about Warhammer because I'm interested in Warhammer, but I've never played any Warhammer games until Darktide and Space Marines, and I'm thinking of trying a higher gun. We'll get into like the conversation in a bit, but what I want to talk about is Warhammer and, you know, the whole Henry Cavill thing, and just in general discussion of Warhammer. I had this thought in my head for like a week or two, and we're just now recording a video for it because I've had the idea in my head, never freaking like make a video. But anyways, we're rambling. We're gonna get to the gameplay pretty soon, but today's video, we're talking about Warhammer. We're gonna talk about the Henry Cavill thing. We're gonna talk about, you know, it's the casual thought process, the casual mindset from a casual person who's interested into the franchise, you know, looking in. So from the outside looking in. So I'm not someone who's played all the games. I don't know anything about Warhammer. I don't. This is from a casual mindset of, I want to be interested. Someone who willingly wants to be interested. Let's get to the gameplay and talk about Warhammer for a second. So Warhammer is a game where, again, I've never tried it out, but it's much like D&D. You can't go anywhere within nerd culture and gaming culture without hearing about Warhammer. So you can't go anywhere without hearing about D&D. You go on Twitch, there's a lot of people who are doing like Warhammer tabletop games and video games, you know, your own friends, YouTube, everywhere you go. And even recently, you know, Amazon announced that Henry Cavill is going to be starting and producing his own Warhammer series. So it's like, no matter what you do, you hear about Warhammer. And so even this past Video Game Awards, there's a Warhammer trailer for the new Space Marines video game. So as a casual person, when it comes to this entire entity, I've had interest in Warhammer for years. I just never played the games because I keep hearing that most of the games are bad. You know, Warhammer, again, compared to D&D, has a habit of having like all of these different properties and all of these different games come out. The license gets lended to like multiple different studios, and because of that, you have a lot of quantity but very few quality. And that's what I've heard watching. I've been watching videos from people talk about these are top 5 Warhammer games, or these are top 10 Warhammer games, things like that. Watching those kind of videos, and it all seems to be like a general thing in that community that most of the games are really bad and shouldn't be played. So it's like, oh well, as a casual person who wants to be interested, I haven't played it yet, but wants to be interested, how, like, what would be the where I go? Where would I go? Now, I have very like a little bit of experience with Warhammer. I did play Vermintide for a little bit, not very long, maybe like a couple hours. I didn't really like Vermintide. I don't want to like get into like why I didn't like it, but I am going to play Darktide, which you're seeing as gameplay. Like, I'm literally playing Darktide for the first time, you know, after I record this video. So this gameplay is being recorded after the fact. So there's not gonna be like an opinion on like Darktide. So if you're looking for a review or opinion, that's not what this video is about. And there's another one called Higher Gun that I want to try out. And then I'm also thinking about buying the original Space Marines to try that out as well. So I want to like intake in these Warhammer games, because this is what I've heard. I've heard people say that Space Marines is a good game and you should play it if you want like a cookie cutter streamlined Warhammer experience. And I think that word right there, a streamlined experience, is good for casual people. I said it before when it comes to the Halo TV series, the Resident Evil TV series, you know, things like that. Those shows are not meant for the fans of that genre. Those shows are meant for casuals who could become fans of said title. For example, I have a mod on my Twitch stream, which you follow on Twitch, in the box below. He's not a gamer. He doesn't play video games. He just watches my stream to talk, chat, things like that. He watched the Resident Evil TV series and enjoyed it, a series that most people are hating. And I told him, like, the reason why people hate it because they're fans of Resident Evil. They know the lore and things like that. They play the games, and this show is not what they want. Then he comes to the Halo show. The show is not what the fans of Halo want. But if you're a casual, you're like, I don't know what Halo is. I don't know what Resident Evil is. But this looks pretty interesting. I'm gonna watch this, and they enjoy it. The same thing can happen with Warhammer, with the Henry Cavill show. I'm not predicting the Warhammer show is going to be as bad, or, you know, opinion, air quotes on as bad, because some people's opinions are different. Some people might actually like the Halo show. I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't think it was great. Some people might like the Resident Evil show. Again, I thought it was interesting. I didn't think it was good, but I thought it was interesting. So, you know, you can, I'm not saying the Warhammer show is going to be bad, but the purpose of this show is not to appeal to the Warhammer fan base. It's not. This is once more going to be something that tries to get casuals like myself who never played the Warhammer games until today, and people who, you know, are interested in Warhammer, you know, to streamline the game's franchise to be more digestible. And when it came to me looking for games to play, when it came to Warhammer, that's something that I kept hearing in some videos when I was watching. It was like, there's some games that people who are casual won't have interest in. Me, I don't care about RTSs. So a lot of the Warhammer games that are considered good are RTSs. I'm not playing any RTSs. It just doesn't interest me. So like, it's good that there are games like Darktide and Vermintide and Higher Gun and Space Marines that are more, that could be more accessible and digestible for someone who will be casually interested into the series. Warhammer looks interesting. Everything about Warhammer, from the potential of his lore to the potential of his gameplay, looks intriguing from an outside looking in. But at the same time, when it comes to Warhammer, you know, the videos I've seen also say that Warhammer is like movies, that there's like a few animated movies aren't very good. So even like if you're on the outside looking in, trying to like get into Warhammer, the ability to absorb the lore is barely there for you, because you would have to like either A, play the games, or B, watch a lore video. Again, this is where TV show comes in, because it makes it more digestible and streamlined to take in some form of the franchise's lore. Now, if you want to recommend in the comments below some good lore channels, have at it. I'll check those channels out. It's like, I'm interested in lore, but I also kind of like wonder if the Warhammer lore, because there's so many people making Warhammer games and Warhammer properties, kind of like D&D. I kind of wonder if it suffers from that same issue that Resident Evil has when it comes to being convoluted. Resident Evil, I'm a big Resident Evil fan. I watch all the animated movies, played all the games, watched the shitty movies that came out for live action. Big Resident Evil fan. Resident Evil has a very convoluted story. Part of it's because there's just so much content, and a lot of it is just between times and time periods and plot lines. It's like it's a mess. There's so much going on in Resident Evil, to where someone's like, hey, what's the plot of Resident Evil? Just give me the core plot. And it's like, well, this is what happened in Resident Evil 0, and then you try to make your way all the way to Resident Evil Village. It's like, huh? So I kind of feel like it's Warhammer the same way. Is Warhammer convoluted? I don't know, because I haven't watched any more videos. It just seemed like it might be from the thought process of there's so many people making Warhammer content when it comes to the license of the game being sent out to so many developers who making their own stories, their own characters, their own, you know, plot lines. And you have like the bad animated films that are also doing their own plot lines and things like that. Like, what's the best canonized lore for Warhammer, and is it like a good story that's not like all over the place, that's easy to digest? Again, the TV show will make that streamlined, but if someone who's like me wants to be even more invested, they will need those channels that can like divulge so much lore, to where it's like, oh, now I see why Josh Strife Hayes collects these figurines. Now I see why Angry Joe collects these figurines and these tabletop games. Now I see why everyone who plays Warhammer loves Warhammer, even though most of the games are bad. I want to see what it is about Warhammer that has it have this devoted fan base that it has, because the Warhammer fan base seems to be very strong and very devoted to the franchise. It looks interesting. It looks good. Space Marines 2 trailer looked amazing, and it's like, yo, I want to play that game, but I also want to at least experience what that universe is about. So like I said, I'm going to download the original Space Marines just to try it out. I'm going to play Darktide just to experience the universe. I'm thinking about getting Higher Gun. I heard Higher Gun's a bad game, but again, it's more streamlined, so it'll be easy for me to digest as in a universe of Warhammer, because it's not an RTS. It's more, I'm gonna say right now, I'm into RPGs, story-driven games, and shooters. So that's more along my lines when it comes to what kind of games I play, what kind of games interest me. So if you're going to say like, oh, just play the RTS, it's still good. I'm not playing any RTS games. It just doesn't interest me. I've tried Tom Clancy's End War. I've tried XCOM. I've tried a lot of RTS games. It just doesn't interest me. Hell, I'm a Halo fanboy. I've played and beaten Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2. I have a Halo Wars poster literally right above me. So just know that I've tried the RTS games. I'm just not, back that big into them. But Warhammer interests me, and I want to see what happens with that Henry Cavill TV series. I'm looking forward to it, even if it's bad. I'm still looking forward to it because I want to be able to ingest like the franchise. I want to be able to experience it. I'm a willing learner when it comes to trying to figure out Warhammer and get interested in it and play its games and potentially become a fan of it. Maybe if I do get so invested into Warhammer, playing the games I want to play and watching that TV series, to where I would go watch like a let's play at least of the better RTS games, just to get even more experience and more knowledge of the game's franchise. So short video today, just want to talk about Warhammer and like just my interest in it. Like I'm very interested in Warhammer right now. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Y'all stay safe. Y'all be kind to one another. Do all these outgoing seconds before. Like the videos, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. In the box below. I stream Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern to midnight. I'm a variety streamer. I play variety games. You might watch me playing Halo. I'm playing a Warhammer game. I'm playing Witcher. Who knows? I play a lot of variety games. I play on PC and Xbox. So, we have a variety on 2 platforms. So just help a brother grow. I'm trying to do better at marketing because I feel like my marketing is really bad. So I'm trying to do better with that. So this is what this is. This plug is just me trying to be better at marketing. So support your boy. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Y'all stay safe. Because one of the boy Anubis. I'm out of here. Deuces.